we're showing our hands.
I mean, I just look at Longshore. Does he look like the most stereotypical ranger I've ever fucking seen in my whole life?
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
assume he's got he's got like furs. He's got a bow. He looks like he's got like weathered skin. My armor is painted in holy symbols.
I follow a rigorous moisturizing routine.
Oh shit! Open foot, insert mouth. All right, so we'll just go with initials then.
Okay.
Like, I do like the idea, but I think it's like say maybe in like my case and your case, where like you're not obviously a cleric, you could be a fighter. So then it would be like a shot at from the dark when you like summon the Spirit Guardian.
I kind of look down at my armor, which is painted with holy symbols.
It could be a paladin.
Fair
like
enough.
you're not obviously what you are, and I think if we're dealing with very dangerous people, we don't want to telegraph anything.
You make a good point.
I indicate my traveler's clothes that I'm currently wearing.
Well, yeah, exactly. You're not
look like a
obviously a
peasant.
wizard. Just out of nowhere fireballs. We don't want to...
Speaking of fireballs, hey,
All warfare is
Tobias.
based on deception.
Yeah, speaking of fireballs, Aiden, do you see what happened to Tobias?
Hmm?
He ate shit super hard. Super hard.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then-
Tobias like winces at the memory and like unconsciously rubs a few of the scars.
Aiden with just like a completely unchanged, like no change in expression is like, this is a weekly occurrence. This
I
has
mean-
happened every couple of days since I met him.
I mean, he was legitimately killed.
Yeah.
Why am I not surprised by that? And I just round on Tobias. I'm like, do you carry a weapon?
No, I don't have I have my dagger and a wand, that's it.
You should see what he can do with it now, though.
I just slowly open and close my mouth, like trying to articulate something without being rude.
Out of character,
That's
are we
not
like
lucky.
in sight of civilization or anything? Are we just in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, in the middle of nowhere right now.
Yeah.
Traveling.
Tobias like takes out his wand, points it like at the tree line a ways away, and shoots a fireball into the tree line.
Like a fireball.
Fireball.
Alright,
It's
go
just-
for a d20.
I mean, as impressive as it is, it seems like a massive waste of a charge of that wand.
Yeah, Tobias like puts the wand away again and shakes his head and says, when
Give me a
It's
d20
not-
there.
Uh-oh. I really hope you just turn into a fucking potted plant.
Oh, that was close. That was really close. It was
What?
dangerously close.
Oh,
You
is this wild magic?
Yeah, so like Tobias shoots the fireball and then goes to put it away again and then freezes and like shakes and like tries to get the magic under control and just barely manages to do it.
So
And,
not only did you waste a charge of your wand, but the wand's defective.
no, it's when things happened, Thorin brought me back, but I was gone a bit too long, and what he brought back was like damaged. Now my connection to magic is more powerful, but much more unstable as well. I can't do many subtle things easily. It's just I like trail off and gesture to the smoking crater behind us.
Right. Well, I mean, at least you can still talk your way out of a fight, right?
Most of the time, yeah.
He is just as smooth as he always was.
Silky. Man, if I were gay.
Sorry, but my boat doesn't float that way.
Let me taste your poetic tongue.
Oh, Christ!
It was at this point that Carly's threw up.
I have missed a lot, haven't I?
Yeah, it was a time.
How did you die?
So there was this goblin who
Didn't fuck around.
Yeah. Carlius died for a bit there, but I brought him back fairly quickly. I died twice. The second time was when that happened. Gesture at the fireball again.
With Longshore.
You know what I love about modern technology magic? The fact that the phrase "died briefly" exists.
Longshore, you know how you hit harder than any of us?
I've been made aware of it from time to time.
Well, he hits harder than you, and he did it 4 times before we could blink.
What, the goblin?
Yeah!
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah!
So, point of order, he wasn't always a goblin. He used to be a person, and a lava cursed him, and yeah, it's a long story. It was complicated.
Right. Well, I'm gonna go take a leak, but then we should probably just keep moving. I don't want to, waste too much of you guys' time in catching me up. I'm sure I can figure out the rest from context and ask questions where I need to.
Fair enough.
Also, that was in character right now. Character, I'm gonna take a leak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Then, without too much further ado, as you guys start to travel towards the Trident, and you travel some 100 kilometers for real this time, you eventually see the very tall outer walls of the Trident, and you can immediately see like the tops of 3 different wall layers. There are 3 different districts within the Trident, and in the very center of it are the very tall glass palaces. You can sort of see like the tops of them sort of edging out over the tips of the outer wall. And on top of the wall near the main gates are perched 2 very large ballistas, as well as several lines of soldiers throughout. You also notice a fairly large crowd going in and out of the gates. There are also some refugees on the very outskirts too.
I elbow Aiden and say, you might want to drink that potion now.
He's
the disguise.
Okay, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
That.
I always thought the glass palace was a metaphor, but indeed, these palaces are made of glass.
That has to be, like, magically reinforced, right? Otherwise, that's really dangerous.
Glass of certain thickness is as hard as concrete.
But brittle, though, surely.
Thorin's full
is the glass
tourist
already
mode.
cracked, or what's going on here?
What was that?
Is the glass smooth, or is it like cracked and sort of stained?
Imagine like church stained windows.
Yeah.
But there is a small... Every now and again there are huge large panes of glass that are completely transparent. Like very high level of craftsmanship that aren't usually found in this land. Like most of the glass here will be murky, as typical.
Can I detect a disturbance of the weave regarding...
From this far,
these,
no.
No, okay.
Yeah, Tobias elbows Aiden and tells him to drink that disguise potion.
I chug it.
Benjamin oh yeah, okay, sorry. As you chug the potion, it slightly burns and tingles on the way down, and the warmth sort of extends from your stomach all throughout your body. For everyone else
this
around,
is just whiskey.
For everyone around, as they sort of look at Aiden, you see that the very obvious purple and red veins from his eyes start to recede away. Aiden, you start to lose your dark vision.
Oh,
and eventually the darkness starts to come back again, and you see sort of like a normal human, but your eyes look also normal, except the very inside of the pupil where your pupils would have normal human colors, it's still red.
1 out of 10, not worth it. How long does this last?
We only need it to last until we get through the screening process. Then,
I'm actually saying this.
Yeah, I'm actually saying that to you.
Oh, right.
It's safe to assume that everything is
But
set
like
in
that doesn't
character.
really that doesn't answer my question. How long does the thing last? You've taken my most precious gift from me.
Your gift could very well be a curse, brother.
How long does this last?
A few hours.
Oh, that's okay, then. I sit back down.
Okay.
Or for eternity, if you're lucky.
I draw my bow.
He sort of pulls a blanket over the top of Villicid just to cover most of them up. And then he gestures for the lot of you to step out of the cart and says, I probably shouldn't take him through the Trident. I'll take him elsewhere.
Well,
You'll treat him with respect, right? He saved one of our own.
He turns and looks at you and says, as I said before, I am one of the more open-minded members of my order.
Alright. I actually...
I just want to make it very clear. Any harm visited on his head will be paid to you tenfold.
I want to put a hand out towards Aiden's chest, and I'll be like, don't worry. Benjamin is actually one of the few that we quite enjoy, and I want to give Benjamin like a proper deep bow, and I just say thank you for doing what you've done for us.
He raises a hand in sort of a prayer gesture and just says, well, may a Neo guide your travels.
And
he
yours as well,
starts-
brother.
He starts to lead off away from the main road, sort of like skirting on the very outskirts of the Trident.
Alrighty. Guess we go in now.
Alright.
Can we take like a
You
5-minute
guys
break?
do
Because I've got
justice
people
to-
yelling at me.
Yeah, sure.
Well, yell back. Just tell them
Alright.
to fuck up.
I'll be back in a second, hold on.
So, can I ask you some questions about the layout of this, of the Trident?
Yeah, sure, go nuts.
Yeah, so the outer wall, what's it appear to be like made out of? Just bricks?
Yeah, pretty much like cobblestone and stuff.
Is the inner wall like better constructed? Does it appear that that any part of this is like remotely under like, is there a slum or something like that for these refugees? Like, what's going on?
You'll see when you get inside.
Okay, cool.
How high is the outer wall?
The outer wall is extremely high, taller than any building or tree you've come across. It's very obvious that Vestergaard has the funds to spare,
Jeez.
or the manpower to spare.
Does this look human-made?
In the sense of D&D, human being all the races, yes.
No, I specifically mean, does it look like it's not dwarven-made?
Once again, a mixture of races would come to mind. You see different influences at different parts of the walls.
Interesting.
Speaking of walls, this gives me an excuse to talk about friends again. This isn't that fortified coastline at Dundee.
Sorry, where?
Antibes.
Never been, never heard, soz.
It's in France. Napoleon was there. I actually
That's
saw a
cool.
house Napoleon stayed at.
Oh, that looks sweet, dude.
Oh man, it was so good. But Napoleon stayed in this house.
It's a pretty big fucking house.
No, it's not the wall. It's still uploading.
Oh, okay,
Sorry about that.
All good.
come back.
That's right. You gave me an excuse to talk about friends again.
No worries. Alrighty, where were we?
Well, I'm at home.
Heading into the Trident.
Right.
Alright, so as you sort of... Hold on. Dog won't leave me alone, I don't know why.
What's
I've
attention?
just realised I've dropped out of roll 20.
How absolutely dare you? Can you believe it's so unprofessional?
I'm sorry. I'll give up my inspiration point if it makes you feel better.
You know, I think you should just give it to me.
Alright, so as you
Alright,
sort of
guys,
come
it's time to
into the Trident itself and you see the fairly large metal doors, the doors themselves seem to be you see like very large bolts sort of reinforcing the steel doors themselves, and all around you see vast farmlands that currently aren't being used and they're very snow covered. A few of the villages nearby are sort of just huddling outside their huts by some fires. But as you get closer and closer to the main actual entrance into the Trident, you see that the gates are closed and there are small man-sized doors that are open to let some people in every now and again. and then they open a different door if like people need carriages to go through as well. But there does appear to be a line, and they all sort of line up to be checked in, and you see like 2 different scribes by tables writing stuff.
Sorry,
I
I know
very-
it seems like a really nitpicky question, but when you say the farmlands aren't being used, is it more because the season makes their usage impossible, or because they're deliberately not being used for insert reason?
The latter.
I very deliberately stand behind Tobias.
Tobias sighs and will act as the party face.
You're like our mascot.
Okay, so is there like a line to enter?
Before I totally forgot, because I accidentally put this into the archive page, I do actually have a map for this.
Oh, cool. He's our mascot. Just a giant piece of scar tissue.
I'm just imagining like what our flag would look like, just a red background with a tumor.
Just a lump of cartilage.
Scar tissue that I wish you saw.
Where are we dropping our characters?
And more importantly, where is all day?
Uh-huh.
Excellent.
So we're just dropping our characters blind?
You should already have your characters out.
I see nothing.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
there he
like-
is.
Yeah, I see things.
Do we need a torch? I don't see anything.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, he must be revealing it for us.
The map might also take a
Is
while
it
to
really
load
big one?
because this
There I
is one
am.
of those that crashed on me a million times. And I'm like, oh, thanks, guys.
Oh, there's 2 of me. Hello.
Also, not to nitpick, but there's sort of like a black spike.
Yeah. We've got vision cones now.
Oh, did you get pro?
Nah, just the middle tier. Alright, everyone should be able to see now, yeah?
Yes.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Ah, there we are. Yeah.
You do that thing where we can't see behind us.
Yep.
Right.
It also means that he doesn't have to like reveal shit for us. We can just
Yeah,
walk-
no, I have pro as well.
Oh, okay, cool.
Tobias will be the party face.
Actually, as he steps up, I kind of tap him on the shoulder and be like, would it be good to have someone who is obviously religious and knows a lot about their god to be backing you up, or should I hang at the back? I know I don't really have the sharpest tongue.
I also,
Tobias like
I also
puts a hand on
at
your
this
shoulder and
point-
just drags you back. But yeah, like he nods at Thorin and says, "It can't hurt." Yeah.
I know I don't have the sharpest tongue, so I'll wait until I'm spoken to.
No, you do
Oh.
have a very sharp tongue. That's the problem.
I do also cough at this point, and I say, well, look, I used to live here, so I'll follow for any
Yeah.
contextual advice
yeah,
I might be able
Carly's.
to give.
You've got legitimate papers.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Speaking
do
of
I
legitimate
have
papers, where did Brother Benjamin go?
He went off with the card and the Dragonborn.
Oh, right, that's right. Sorry.
Also, guys, momentary freak out here. Do I have papers?
None of us do, only Carlius does.
Oh, okay, cool.
So fingers crossed. Yeah, and approach the like guards at the end of the bridge there.
So imagine that there are like thousands of people, but obviously you're not going to put a million people in.
Yeah.
But as you come up to the first guard captain, he sort of like stands very tall and proud, and he's sort of puffing his chest out, and he sort of like towers over you a little bit, and through the slits in his helmet, he sort of just eyes down at you, and just grunts a little bit.
Hello, my good man. We'd like to request entrance to the city, please.
He just turns to his side and holds out an arm as though to gesture you forward, and it says, "Welcome to the Trident."
Oh, that was. Tobias shrugs and thank you, and start walking in.
I give him a little head bow nod thing and walk past
I-
as well.
I'm going to be different and walk to his left side like that.
As we're over the bridge, I'm like, Tobias, this is the part where you need to do the talking
Okay.
with these scribes.
You got my hopes up there for a sec. I thought we were done. Yeah, approach one of
So
those
as you sort of
scribes.
come up towards the scribes, the first guard captain steps forward and he just holds a hand up for you to stop and he says, "Papers?"
I say, oh, my good man, here you go.
He grabs the papers off of you and takes a look. How many traveling with you today?
All that you see in front of you.
Ah,
Wait a sec. Where'd
just
Longshaw
the
go?
3. Very well then.
Jacob, you there?
Oh shit! Yeah. sorry.
Yeah, there you are.
Ah, the 5.
There we go.
Very well. He
Yeah.
turns over, puts your papers down,
Sorry, I was thinking of in those bushes over there.
and the scribe sort of picks up the papers and she starts writing something. And then he goes, "Agnes will tend to you. Speak to her."
Well, thank
Very
you.
much.
Also, I wanted just to be clear, I don't have any of my weapons drawn, my shield's on my back, I've got my helmet under my arm, I'm looking very not threatening at all.
Yeah, I'm in my traveler's robes and I've got my staff tucked away.
I have an arrow drawn to full capacity pointing directly at the scribe's face. But in a very non-threatening way. In a sort of like, man, if someone pops up behind you, I got you, bro.
Before long, she finishes writing some stuff and then she just looks forward at Carlius and says, "Alright, standard procedure, check your luggage in."
Absolutely, thank you. So I basically hand over my backpack. Out of character, does that include weapons?
Yep, so you would know that the only thing you're allowed to bring in are your bare essentials, i.e. your clothes and your money.
Oh, so no weapons either. Okay. Yep. So
Hey,
I
as a hunter, my bow is a bare essential.
That's something you're gonna have to ask them.
Yeah, what
I
happens?
said that in character.
Oh,
Oh. Do you really?
I mean, I'm really second guessing it now that you've asked me that.
I put a hand up and say no, it's fine, and I start producing all of my daggers, rapier, the long short bow that I've got.
poisons.
I don't actually. No, the poisons are in the backpack. If I'm
No,
still
I am going to say that actually, because it sort of gives me legitimacy. I mean, like, look, I'm a hunter by trade. If you want me to be a functional member of society staying here, I kind of need to keep my bow.
She eyes up at you.
I-
Do you have a
Sorry.
license?
A license.
I want to like hush whisper to Aiden and be like, "This is why we're going to the Adventurers Guild. Just deal with it for now."
Yeah, Tobias
Okay.
cuts in and says, "We're here to look into joining the adventure. Do members get an exception? Are they allowed to bring their weapons?"
I'm just going to sidle over to Thorin and just be like, my bow has a giant eye on it.
Oh fuck!
I glance over to. Do I overhear this, or is he? Are you stage whispering or no?
I'm whispering to Thorin.
Oh, okay.
Like,
But I'm next to
if you
Thorin,
can
so
hear
would I
them,
be able?
No, like, I'm actually whispering to,
Oh,
like,
okay.
so only Thorin can hear.
Actually, no. I do turn to Arcturus, him being probably the only person who can deal with this, and I just like gesture with my like eyes to be like, "Come here, please."
Yeah.
Like, for the record again, because I feel like I'm kind of being a dick to you tonight, accidentally. It's not that I didn't want you to hear, it's just if you can hear, they can hear.
No, yeah, that's fine.
Here's swap
I mutter-
places with me.
I mutter under the breath the word for minor illusion, and I make
Are
it
you
so
sure
it look
you wish
like.
to do this?
You are casting it in front of the guards.
I'm trying to be as discreet as possible.
Does it have a
Is it-
Semitic or does it have a Semitic component?
It's
Or is it...
just somatic, and then the material is just my staff. So
Oh, well, no, if it's Semitic, then you can't just whisper a word. Like you have to wave your arms around.
damn it. Yeah, never mind.
you could
I'll
always
pass.
click you could click your fingers.
But you can't. You can't click
No,
your
like
fingers. for
my
somatics.
understanding of like Semitic components for spells is it's not like you just wave your arms wildly. Like there's a specific gesture.
Yeah, imagine a way less cringy version of like Naruto jutsus, where you have to like do a specific set of motions.
Yeah, there's like an arcane gesture.
Yeah, this is unfortunate. No, Considering what it takes to do it into account, no, I won't, because I'm not going to be like retarded and just start waving my arms around.
I could just.
No,
Oh,
I will let
actually,
you
I wouldn't know what you-
Okay.
I wouldn't know what in character. I wouldn't know what you're doing anyway. So
Actually, yeah. Seeing as my bow is inherently linked to the 7th, I'm just gonna try something, and if it works, I lose nothing. I whisper to my bow, I'm like, "Can you close your eye, please?" Does my bow do anything?
I'm glad that it took you so long to figure out that your bow is sentient, and it closes its eyes and disappears.
Oh, thank God. All right, if you insist.
And she sort of like procures this fairly large chest and just pushes it to the side of the table, sort of gesturing to it for all of you to put your stuff in.
I raise a hand and I'll be like, I will hand over everything, but I also have some valuable metals that I use in my smithing. And I reach beneath like my armor where my collarbone is, and I fish out my holy symbol and I say, I'm assuming this is fine as well.
The metals will have to go in the chest. The symbol can stay. Wait. She turns and looks at you, inspects the symbol for a little bit. No, your symbol will have to go in the chest as well.
Oof.
It's a symbol of Korboth.
There are no exceptions.
But I'm a priest. Ugh. Thorin looks
This whole
visibly.
time I assumed my bow was just like soul edge, but this opens up like a whole new thing that I can talk to my bow.
Thorin looks really upset as he takes off his holy symbol.
Yeah, man, that must be so hard for you to give up the one thing you're good at. I can't imagine what that must feel like.
Now, before everyone strips down naked, everyone does have common clothes, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Am I taking my armor off?
Yeah. Your armor will need to go too.
Oh, so even leather
Keep
armor.
some goods that I wish
Yeah,
for trade, and I
everything.
indicate the and I indicate the what was it? The what did we loot? Fucking cloth and stuff, right?
Yeah, I've got that, I think.
Yeah.
I take very specific note of all my stuff. And I'll be like, there is a lot of really valuable shit in here. I've got, like... I don't know if I should just say it. They might steal it. I'm really feeling weird about this.
I pat him on the shoulder. So it's okay. I trust these guys as much as I
Talia,
trust you.
I have 3 pounds of mithril in my bag.
But in the case of like leather armor, that's basically just like a leather jacket. So like, would they consider that to be armor? Like I understand.
It's still armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
You
I'm
see the
taking off the
bags
leather
on-
armor.
You see
As
the
a-
bags on Agnes's face sort of get even deeper. And you hear the groans from the lions behind you.
Fine.
Jesus.
I swear to God, if I lose my fucking platinum ingot and my 3 pounds of mithril, I'm gonna be pissed.
Well, guess who's bare-chested?
You don't have any normal clothes.
No, like it's leather armor. I don't have to take it off. It's basically a shirt.
We'll find something to in
I think
town
I'm
to cover you
built
up.
as fuck.
Alright, I put all my shit in the fucking box and I'm
She
super
sort
pissed
of
off.
looks at Aiden and just goes, ugh. And then she procures a fairly small cloak. It's like, she hands it over to you, but as you
Oh
sort
no,
of like...
I have a cloak. I just
Oh.
don't have a shirt.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, like I have a.
So as everyone puts all their things in, save for your clothes and your money and your rations and your water, she closes the trunk, puts this huge padlock on it, and then blows a small whistle, and the doors open a tiny little bit, and then you see like this line of various halflings start to like sort of run out from the gate, and they like come out in pairs almost, and they run over,
Eating giggles.
and then they lift up the chest and they run into the city.
I love halflings.
I giggle.
Okay. Okay.
And then she looks up
thank
at
you for your
Kalius and just says, "And how long do you wish to stay?"
To be honest, we're unsure at this stage, but we're hoping no more than 2 nights. Is that correct, my companions?
Let's give ourselves more time. Let's give ourselves more time than we.
I was thinking
Let's
like
say a week. Yeah, let's say a week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that works.
All right.
What's the longest we can stay without having to get a visa? Whatever the medieval equivalent is.
She eyes you a little bit and eyes back to Carlius. A week it is, and then she writes it down and then closes the little slip of paper she was writing on inside your identification papers, and she hands it back to you. And she just very half-heartedly says, "Welcome to Vestergaard," and go into the Trident.
And I half-heartedly say, "I thank you," as I head in.
And then she waves a little bit to the end of the bridge, and then the loudest shrill of a voice you've ever heard just yells, "Next!" And then the guards step to one side and they push open the doors a little bit and allows you to go through.
Startled by the shouting voice, I instinctively try and knock an arrow, and I look really sad.
I laugh at this.
Thorin's just mumbling obscenities under his breath, being like, "I fucking hate this place."
Alright, now the question is, who goes first?
Well, I'll go first.
We go first, Carlius.
Yeah, because I'm effectively tour guide here, so I'll go first.
So, Carlos, you go first? Alright, as you
Yep.
step up to the main gates, before the guards even open the man-sized doors, one of them puts a hand out to you onto your chest and says, "Hold on, need to search you."
You fucking would too.
You're getting fucking racially profiled, son.
It's
Alright,
funny because
spread your
Yeah,
arms
I-
out wide.
I actually say this in character. I'm like, "You fucking would too," and I just put the arms out.
you know it's funny that you say racial profiling though, because on my way back from France, you know how when you go through airports now they do the like the thing where they like swab your hands and stuff and like test if you have like chemical residue on you.
Mm.
I had that done every single airport. At Nice Airport, at Qatar Airport, at Perth, and then when I arrived in Brisbane.
It'll be because you're beard, man.
And the fact you just look dodgy.
I have like a goatee. It's not even a beard.
They're actually required to.
If you have a beard,
Yes,
if you have any facial hair, they have
this
to.
is correct. Yeah.
What the fuck?
So 80%
That is
of the
profiling.
Oh, there you go.
And as the guy on your right starts to frisk you, the other guy steps behind you and holds out a hand and just sort of waves to everyone else. Like, "All right, step back, step back."
Lockjaw just doesn't fucking move. Okay.
And Carlius,
Do I? Oh, sorry. I should just ask. While he's frisking away, do I get a boner?
you can
That's up
choose
to you, man.
Well, it's up to where his hands are. I can't control that.
As he frisks you and his hands move down to the back of your hips and he places a hand onto your butt and he goes, "Oh, what is this?" Gives you a small squeeze, then reaches into your trousers, and as he pulls his hand out, he procures a small black vial, and inside you see some swirling liquid. Ah, contraband, I see.
I had absolutely no idea that was there.
Ah, that's what you people say all the time. Agnes, you still have his ID number, yeah? And Agnes turns around. And before long,
Alright.
before he even finishes a little stint, you see the door open and a guy pokes his head out and he's holding like a crossbow. And he looks at Carlius and looks at the guard next to him. Then he eyes the lot of you. And he walks up to the guard, places a hand on their shoulder, and whispers something into his ear. And the guard turns around and goes, "Oh." Then he puts the black vial back into his pouch, looks at Carlius and says, "You're good to go, sir. It's a mistake, my misunderstanding." And the two guards back up, and the crossbow guy sort of gestures for the lot of you. "Come on."
Carlius, why didn't you fucking call your friends in before we handed in all our shit?
Yeah, I'm pretty upset about losing my bow, and I think that not that I care, but I think Thorin's kind of upset about losing the thing that he's required by his religion to carry at all times.
Yeah, I already feel very dirty.
Oh, I feel dirty that I don't have at least one weapon on me. I mean, seriously.
And as the lot of you finally enter into the main Trident proper, you see on your right, immediately, there's like a clothier shop. To the very right of you is like the stables where you put your horses. On the left, you see like this outside bar. And the crossbow guy doesn't even lower his crossbow, but he does take off his helmet and he sort of turns around and everyone it's like this weird feeling of recognizing someone in the back of your head, but you don't really quite know who it might be.
Can I place him as the guy that was talking to us with Father Nellis?
You know he's not.
Oh, okay.
And he looks at Aiden and just goes, "Oh, consider us even. Welcome to the Trident." Turns around and starts walking off.
Wait, is he...
Wait, what?
No, wait, hold on. I wrote this down. Is he Julian?
Ooh, close.
Is he Mercy or is he Reginald?
Bing bong.
Hey-oh!
Oh shit!
Yeah, he's the guy that
Hey!
you fucking pinned to the cart right back at the start.
Wait, has he already walked away? Or
Yeah, he walks away.
can I say something before he walks away?
You can. What do you
I
wish
want
to
to buy
say?
you a drink.
Not while I'm on duty, he says, as he continues
Oh,
forward.
when do you get off? I feel
Never.
like
Where do you recommend?
He never actually turns around, and he just lifts a hand to his left, and he points very quickly, sort of like there, and then as he makes his way even further up, he points yet again to that building, and then just continues on.
I just like, so like, not like shout at him, just like, "No, no, no," like that kind of like, nothing personal.
But yeah, then he disappears.
I turned to look at Longshore and I'm like, man, it's a good thing you didn't get a shooting on.
I know, right? Also, I'd like to bring it up now that we're in a place with shops. The last time I saw you guys, I was convinced to give you all of my gold for way more diamond than we actually needed, so I have 15 gold. So it's,
I give him 80 gold.
thank you.
I say, look, considering the fact we do have shops here, I highly recommend everybody stocks up because I don't know about you guys, but I'm extremely depleted.
Oh, excuse me.
Well,
I never actually got my question answered when I asked.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're right. When I asked that lady at the counter or whatever, the chick at the front of the gates or whatever, whether we keep our trade goods.
Yeah, no, I said no. I said you had to check it in.
Okay, cool.
I guess we should go figure out how we can get all our stuff back.
Wait, hang on,
Yeah.
just to be clear, what? Because I feel like it'll be quicker to ask what can we get through customs.
Clothes and money, and that's literally it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
I wonder if there are brokers on the outside of town or something for trading, because I mean, it seems like a place like this isn't self-sustaining. Look around at the walls.
Wait, how do you figure that because it has walls, it's not self-sustaining?
I mean, does it look like they grow their own crops in here?
Inside, no. But you did come
Inside,
across
no,
farms.
but you know, yeah, out of character, you know, like every single medieval city that had walls, the farms were outside the walls, and if they were
Yeah,
attacked,
that's
the
my
farmers just came
point. There
inside.
should be a place to broker trade goods somewhere.
Yeah, you
I
would
think we
find
should-
out if you keep walking.
This isn't.
I think we should jump, guys. I think we should jump the first hurdle before we start thinking about like the 7th or 8th one.
yeah,
Let's get our stuff back.
But we're nerds.
Fucking nerds. Thorin just starts walking on.
So, while we're walking, like, turn to Carlius and say, so, you're from here, what's the deal with the, ban on bringing stuff in? Can we get our stuff back inside, or... what?
Can you get your stuff back inside? That is an excellent question. And let me just refer to my knowledge bank that I most certainly do not have.
I think if you look, you'll find it's just off to the west.
I see what you did there.
I'm upset that I thought that was as good as it is.
Drawing a long shore, right?
Oh, fuck
Yeah.
off. You cunts better not start this, I swear to God.
That was a very thorough examination of my joke.
I was going to say,
You know,
he
I
seems
can
a bit...
still shoot fire at you without my wand, right?
He seems very Thorin sorry. But on a more serious note, I'm afraid the only way we're going to be able to get our stuff back is by returning. Like, by leaving, I should say.
You fucking for real?
But hey, we've got a chance to buy
Yeah.
otherworldly stuff.
I did
I
give you a
have-
map,
So
right?
just to be clear, right? So the lore of this place is.
Hold on. I did give you a map, right, Chris?
You did indeed, yes.
There is only one place you could possibly get your map back. Get your stuff back.
Really? Let me go back to that
maybe
map.
I didn't tell you. I don't know.
But so that aside.
This is
so
the
you're telling
I
me
Adventurers
don't
Guild?
think.
The lore of this place.
Yeah,
here-
you did. Actually, I might message this.
I'll just say it's where the S is.
But so just to be clear,
Okay.
just to be clear, we are completely disarmed when we walked in, but we could right now go to a blacksmith, arm ourselves to the teeth, and no one would care.
I can't tell you the answer
Theoretically,
to
yes.
that.
I'm asking Kalias.
Yeah, and I'm saying theoretically, yes.
To the blacksmith.
He takes 3 steps to the left and bumps into my chest.
Get out of my way, blacksmith. I'm going to the blacksmith.
Hey, no, for real though, I have recently unlocked the ability to, you could literally just put like a 10-ton block of iron in front of me and I could instantly just turn it into a fucking huge pile of swords.
Well, let's go to the blacksmith and get 10 tons of iron. What are we waiting for?
So,
So I direct them to the GS building on the map.
we don't. I don't
You're
have-
leading the way, Carlius.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
I'm
I've
on.
never
just
been here before. You lead the way.
mentioning this because I'm looking at the map and
Carlius,
not
let, me,
100% sure how it works.
Carlius, let the map boys figure it out.
Yeah,
Let Tobias and
Market tourists and
Look,
me.
you know what? I show everyone the map. I say, look, this is from what I remember.
I read the map.
I much
Alright,
prefer
hold
the
on.
idea of making be the navigator, just because it's going to stress weight.
You what?
Nothing.
No, I didn't actually hear what you said.
It's probably-
I know it was a dick move, but I just didn't actually hear what
I
you
said
said.
I'm all for being the navigator, just because
Just because.
it'll stress you out.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
fuck
see
you.
where we must go. Onward. Follow me.
I knew it was one of these somewhere.
Lead the way.
So you're just terrible at directions, Carlos.
Holy shit, Arcturus, you're so fucking fast!
Is this it?
I don't have my cape on. I
No,
catch up
next
to
one, next
Arcturus
one.
panting. Fuck, Arcturus,
You're
slow
not
down.
in armor. Why are you so tired, my
I need to
boy?
make
You
my
exercise
favorite
every day for hours.
Oh yeah, wait, I'm not in armor. I fucking bounce around like I'm weightless.
I shoot you in the back of the. Oh.
I smite you with holy awe.
So, what's this place look like?
Alrighty, having just zoomed all the way through town, you eventually come up to this fairly large iron-plated door that seems very heavily secured, and several of the guards that are directly above you, they sort of eye you.
I eye them back.
Yes, this would be the place. Customs, I believe.
Oh. I guess we can get our shit checked out legally. I just want my smithing materials back, honestly. I'm fine if they keep my weapons. And my holy symbol, I want that back too. That means a lot.
Perhaps we should ask a guard to make sure, in case we're making a mistake.
I look at Tobias.
Okay, Tobias goes up to these guards here and says, "Sorry to bother you, but we're new and we're just looking to see if we can legally get our possessions back that were taken at the gate."
So,
Is
with
there
his hand sort of on his belt and underneath his cloak, he raises one and pushes the cloak aside, and he does like a finger gun that points towards this area, and then he just puts his hand back on the belt.
Arcturus, you read the map wrong. That's a first.
Oh, my
Thank
apologies.
you very much.
You can roll perception though, seeing as you're the one who talked to him as you leave.
Oh, okay.
Also, just what's
Hey,
Oi!
see everything.
Alright, you hear very clearly him saying behind your back, "Fucking tourists."
I loosen.
But yeah, Longshore. Longshore's gonna ask a question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like, just on the short walk we've had, like sort of, I guess the main street of any town tells you everything you need to know. What do the people look like? Are they like? Just sort of, like, are there many beggars, many
you know
homeless,
immediately.
street merchants, or...
Yeah, you know immediately that there aren't anyone who are directly trading on the main street. Like for the main street, most of the shops have their own individual buildings. There aren't any beggars on the street, but there are a ton of guards, of course. And most of the people who are walking back and forth are very much dressed like you guys in common clothes, fairly on the lower end of things, not like good-looking common clothes. Some will have tears and whatnot. They're very obviously laborers and whatnot. And you also notice... actually, everyone can roll perception to see if they do notice this or not. Carly is at advantage. Because I'd be surprised if you didn't.
Perception.
There's some shady
Yeah, for
fuckery
perception.
going on here.
Could I
If
roll
Carlius gets
advantage, seeing as
advantage.
I asked? Feels like I'm like,
Yeah, you know what? Why not? Seeing as you're the only one who asked. Oh.
Well, that's rough.
Alright, nah, it's fine. Everyone who got a 16 or above, you guys know that everyone who's sort of walking around there, it's a mixture of residents as well as people who come from out of town. Like, these people aren't from the Trident. And they sort of act like you guys who sort of like go up to guards, ask a few questions for directions, or they walk up to a store and they think about it for a while. And yeah.
I don't know if the countries are far away enough for there to be a distinct difference, but like say like a racial difference between Vestergaardians and Helsixians. But
Oh yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah. Complete
can I
lack
see-
of elves. No elves whatsoever. But the mixture of races here is much more diverse than in L6. If L6 was mostly human and elves, here you've got a few dwarves, you've got a few tieflings, you've got a few
Oh,
humans.
well,
and-
more than I'm asking is like, does this city seem to show any effects of the war? Like, are there any like obvious refugees?
Inside?
Or recent migrant.
Inside? No.
Okay.
Outside, yeah.
I wanna,
so thank you very much. Fuck off with full.
I want to approach Carlius before we go into this place and sort of hush whisper to him and be like, hey, if this doesn't work out, can we meet your friends somewhere?
Yeah, why not?
Hopefully get our shit back that way.
Yeah, I can definitely ask.
Alright, cool.
Uh,
Oh, fucking alright, cool. Good man. There we go.
Were there any other questions before you go in?
I'm sure I'll think of some, but I'm good
Okay.
for now.
Then I will move your tokens in if you don't move yourself. Because I don't want to keep doing the doors. It gets really annoying really quick. Alright, so as you sort of open the main doors, the two guards in front outside, they open it for you and they close it before any snow comes in. Immediately as you enter, you see two large crates to either side as well as a fire hearth going on off in the background. And just tables and tables of scribes, all of them sort of writing stuff, sort of in unison almost. And the crates to the sides are filled with stuff, and every now and again a halfling will come through the door, grab some chests, and then leave.
I lean over to Thorin. I'm like, hey Thorin, see all these scribes writing on all the paper at the same time? They've been working for years to draw a 2-scale picture of my dick.
Okay.
But they don't have a microscope. How can they do it?
I kick Carlius in the head.
In the head.
I roundhouse kick him right in the face.
But before long, one of the guards by the doors knocks a little bit, and the first scribe directly in front of you guys, which would be this one, I would say, sort of stops writing as the others continue, and he looks up. And as he recognizes, well, not recognize, like as he acknowledges your existence, he starts writing without looking at the paper.
Yes, hello. We just entered the city, and we were hoping to inquire about getting our possessions back. What's the process for that?
There is such a long backlog of items. Once we finish locking everything down, and placing it in the storage, you can come over and see what you want to bring out. Obviously, there are exceptions, some things you can't bring back, but once your trade goods are accounted for, you can get them back.
Okay. Is there an ETA on when we should come back? When things will be done?
When did you arrive?
Literally just now.
Oh. He looks down. Oh.
So they're Telstra workers.
And he still thinks about it.
See, from my job, I actually feel this guy's pain.
Yeah.
Hey, Jacob, when do you think we're gonna get this? When'd you order? Oh, we lodged the ticket 2 minutes ago.
And he just goes, oh, is it urgent?
Yes.
Well, yes, I suppose so.
And for what purpose?
Self-defense. I mean, no, I don't actually say that.
I'm just like, for me, it is somewhat urgent. I am a hunter by trade. Also, for my friend here, it's pretty urgent. He is a holy man, and to be without his holy symbol, it's pretty dire.
We also have some very high value to get back as quickly as possible.
Your trade goods are very well protected. There has not been a theft in many, many years.
Oh,
That makes sense.
Once we
I
are
understand.
done,
Yeah.
we will get them back.
Okay. But could I get a rough estimate on when you'll be done, just so we don't have to bother you every day?
A few days at the least. You know what? And he blows a small whistle and a little halfling comes running in and he's like, yes? And he goes, look, just do the thing. And then he waggles his finger. And the halfling, who is now standing there between everyone, runs up to Tobias and then he holds out a small blue gem.
Oh, Tobias takes it.
And he just looks up to you and says, keep! And then runs out. Ooh, sorry, Arctur.
Okay.
I'm assuming that'll light up when it's done.
Yeah, so what's this for?
Are you asking a scribe?
Yeah.
He just goes, you keep it.
Okay.
What does it
But-
do?
Yeah.
It'll do
Does-
exactly what you just said. When it's ready, it'll light up.
Okay.
As
Okay.
he continues to scroll away.
Also, just out of character, to save time, can we assume that anything not prefaced by just out of character is in character?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot better at like not being distracted and basically being in character for the entire session.
Yeah, cool. That sounds good.
Yeah, it is really good. I really like it.
It just saves time if, like, we just assume everything is in character unless otherwise stated.
And as he continues writing, he just looks up at the lottery and goes, is that all for today?
Yes, I think so. Thank you
Fantastic.
very much for your time.
See you later. Bye. He looks down and goes back to work.
I just give him a little sorry as we leave.
Alright.
I walk outside. Actually, no, I don't do that. I just walk outside.
Okay, I move you
I
outside.
thought better of what I was about to do.
Yeah, so I know that inside you were thinking something else, but what the rest of us heard was, I walk outside. No. I just walk outside.
Longshot, do you walk outside?
Yes.
Okay, I move you outside. Bye. Arcturus, do you go outside?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I move you outside. Bye. Alright, you've re-entered the main streets. Some of the blizzard's still coming down. It feels pretty cold. But not as biting as the other place.
The storm's coming in. The horses can't stand this.
Yes. And then everyone moves to the next map. As you all look down and Benjamin's sort of whipping the... Just kidding. You guys are
Can
fine.
you imagine?
Wedge would just start crying.
How fucking mad would you guys be?
So to the Adventurers Guild then?
Yeah, I think so. See what the
Yeah,
process for
why
that is.
not?
Before I agree or reject the Adventurers Guild, could you guys explain it to me more?
Also, what time is it?
Oh man, it's like
It is 5:47.
yeah, exactly that.
Oh, it's like late afternoon.
So, basically, Adventurers Guild.
Would the Adventurers Guild be open at this time?
I can't see why not. I'd imagine they'd open till at least 6 or 7 p.m.
You know, fun fact, because I always thought it was weird that like medieval places were open for so long, but I swear this isn't just an excuse for me to talk about being in France again. The sun sets so late there. Like the sun would set, and then like an hour later, my dad would be like, "I'm going to bed." I'm like, "What the fuck do you mean you're going to bed?" And it's like, "Jacob, it's 9:30." I'm like, "What the fuck?" The sun sets at like 7, 8 o'clock. It's crazy. That's all.
Alright.
Good to
What was
know.
your question, Longshore?
I just want to know more about the Adventurers Guild before I commit to signing up to it.
Well, we're not
we
going to sign up until we find out, because
Yeah.
we don't know very much ourselves, so we're going to go scope
Oh,
the
okay.
thing first.
I was
Yeah.
going to say the Adventurers Guild would be best to find out about the Adventurers Guild.
Well,
Just
no, I just
saying.
assumed I assumed you guys came here. Adventurers Guild. So, like I've been gone for 3 weeks, bro.
Yeah, fair enough. Alright.
Like I figured you guys knew something.
No. Alright, who's got the map?
That would be Kalia, so navigator.
Yeah,
just got to go
and-
back down south, I believe.
yeah. It's down south and to the west. And that was not a joke either. Back down further. This is a very long straight.
Yeah, you can actually see that on the sides of the buildings and stuff, some of them have sort of been repurposed a little bit. It's as though the main street itself would technically be about 15 foot wide, but it's been widened in recent times.
Okay,
I'm just gonna have the loot real quick.
so I'm going to go down this pathway here.
Alright. So you come down to an alleyway with like several other doors, the buildings to your left and right. You can sort of hear the hubbub of like a tavern going on to your south, and directly in front of you, you sort of hear various explosions going on past the other door, and the clanging of steel.
That sounds like the right place.
Yep. So I motion forward.
Alright. Do you step through these doors?
I do, yep.
I move you over. I move you over. I move you over. You too. Everybody moves over. Yay. Except for Longshore, who's creeping on the middle of the street.
You move over. You move over, and you move over.
Alright, so as you sort of come into the next room, as you open the door and you close it again, immediately a humid warmth sort of hits you. If you had any snow on your shoulders, they immediately become wet and like dampens your clothing. And two women with various books and whatnot standing in front of you, they're also writing stuff on you. The one at the south sort of looks up to the lot of you and then gestures to the other, sort of pointing to her as she returns to her books.
Okay, well, I walk over. Greetings.
She looks up. Ah! Welcome to Karazdiin's Union. How may we help you today?
I feel like I got back at the perfect time.
You totally did. So, we just have a few inquiries about the union,
Mm-hmm.
Fuck me, I guess.
and those queries I'll refer to my good friend Tobias here.
Yeah, step forward. Okay. Yes, it is.
Cool.
Okay, so first of all, we were wondering, well, if we were looking to join the guild, I understand there's some sort of fee we have to pay to register. Is that right?
Yes, as soon as you're able to come up with a team name your members, how many you have, you pay an upfront fee, and then we record everything for it, and then we start to sort of track your deeds and adjust your pay accordingly.
And what's the upfront fee?
250 gold for a group. A group can have a maximum of 6 members.
Okay.
That works out well.
To get a general idea, how well do jobs pay?
It depends on your rankings. It can range anywhere from just a mere 10 gold to thousands.
Ooh,
Okay.
I just got a great idea for a name map.
Well, remember it for when we workshop it in a bit.
Will.
Okay, and what determines our initial rank? Is there some sort of test beforehand? Or is
Yes,
that
there are a
just-
few written tests, verbal tests, and a few tests of strength. You'll also be trying out your abilities with some magic, if any of your magic users, as well as weapons like swords and bows, just to see your aptitude, so it can hopefully determine the right rank for you, and you can take on proper ranking jobs to put you at minimum risk of death.
That's
Okay.
fair.
How often do people die in this field?
Well, it depends how reckless they get. Some people take the rankings a little too seriously and they're not happy with what they get, I suppose, and they try to take on a much higher level job. So there's been talks about restricting the takings of a higher rank job as of late, but whether that bill will pass or not, we're unsure.
Is there, considering we all need our equipment to be of any use, is there any way to like fast track getting our equipment back from where it was taken at the gates if we join the guild?
When you leave the Trident, you'll be able to get all your equipment back, but when you're actually within the guild, you have to use guild weapons for the tests. That way there's an even playing field for anyone who comes through.
That makes sense. One more question, I think. Are there any, apart from monetary, of course, are there any perks to being part of the guild?
Oh, wait, yes, of course. First of all, if you successfully do very well on some of the trials, there are various... And then she thinks about the word that she wants to use, and then does air quotes and says prizes that you can obtain. Most of them should help you on your journeys. Aside from that, you are also exempt from the city tax of trade.
Is it possible to retry this test if you felt like you did badly? Or perhaps
there
didn't
has
live up to
been
your own standards?
exceptions.
I assume we do this test as a group.
Oh yes, of course.
Well,
Once
then we
you
have nothing to
register,
worry
you're
about.
counted as a group.
I elbow Thor in the ribs, enjoying the fact that I can now that he's not wearing armor. Like, we have nothing to worry about that, man.
Oh god, is that what that feels like?
We've been through way worse than whatever you can throw at us.
I wouldn't talk too highly.
Speaking of these tests, is there any way for us to advance our position once we've already made our rank, as it were, known?
Why, yes, of course. The more tasks you take on, the higher rank you eventually get. It is a competitive field though, so if you remain inactive, your rank will drop pretty fast.
May I ask you another question about adventurers killing each other? I heard rumors of this occurring on occasion.
She furrows her brow a little bit. Adventurers killing each other? I don't know why anyone would want to take that risk. You set the entire army of Vestergaards on you if you did that.
So it isn't treated as an infringement of contract, it is treated as a proper manslaughter within the country of Vestergaard.
Yes, unless there is a proper authorized bounty on someone, which we haven't had in some time. Then the next woman comes up next to her and places a hand on her shoulder and then looks at the rest of you and says, actually, that's not quite true. We actually had a contract on someone about a month ago, I think. No one's claimed it yet, though.